Good morning, everybody. Here we go today, guys. There we go. There is the bell here. Yeah, we have some pretty big stuff going on here in the stock market today, obviously, guys. The SPY is doing very, very well, especially this week. We broke out to new highs as of yesterday and after hours. We popped above 378, which was honestly holding up as a very good channel there for a couple days. And now we are really exploding up. So glad to see the green movement. It's honestly a great end of the week, guys. I mean, this is amazing. Hopefully we all end the week strong here and we continue to bring in some profits. But yeah, this week we have XPEV really exploding. I mean, all week long, this stock has been gapping up. They're up 4.4% again today. We have FedEx. Actually, they had earnings last night. They were all over the place. It looks like they're trying to pop up a little bit here this morning. We have DraftKings in the green today by 2.6%. They're breaking out the 13.43 there, which is very nice for them. We have Meta, the formerly known as Facebook, here running up as well, up 2%. They're kind of up off of that 153 support down there, 154. So definitely getting some good movement out of them too. But yeah, of course, always let me know what stocks you guys are watching today. As always, we will take a look at those. But yeah, BABA is really exploding again, guys. I mean, once again, these China plays all week long have been very explosive, and they've had some amazing movement. I really love how BABA broke out above 110 and started running up to around 115. That made for some amazing price action. Guys, like I said yesterday during the live streams, BABA's daily chart setup is amazing. I almost called out a swing on BABA last night. It's just the damn call options were going for like, it was like $1,500 for something like out of the money. So it was a little bit weird, especially if you get time. Obviously a little bit overpriced with all the volatility going on, but yeah, it was a little tough there. We're gonna probably get into like a spread or something like that. So hopefully BABA pulls down so I can get a better entry on something with that. But yeah, hopefully you guys are watching some awesome stocks today. Keisha says SJM with some money signs here. Smucker's Jam. Let's see, Smucker's. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. It's up 1%. Definitely a decent move, Keisha. Not the best move ever, but hey, you know, I mean, 1% is pretty good, I guess, for a slower mover like SJM is. But yeah, good morning, everybody. Keisha, Carlos, George, of course, Jamie, Bill W., Mike, E, and Vicky. Thank you all so much, of course, for joining up. If you guys have any stocks you want covered, definitely throw them out there. I really feel like getting into like some good day trading price action today, guys. Hopefully we can find some good stocks moving for that. Goldman is having a pretty good morning. I would guess then all banks are. Ooh, actually not. It looks like Bank of America tumbled off while Goldman is up, which is a little bit strange. JP Morgan fell and now is coming up. Kind of strange to see Goldman Sachs outperforming so well here. I'm gonna have to check this news here really quickly. Yeah, kind of strange to see the banks holding up, or Goldman holding up better than the other banks. I mean, that is kind of a big difference. Goldman is like running out to new highs, and Bank of America has been dying off. So, very interesting this morning with the banks. Looks like on the max daily chart, Goldman isn't really up too much off of its low. Same thing with Bank of America. It's just right around that low there. So nothing too crazy, I guess. But still, I mean, that price action is definitely weird to see them running, you know, not the same. Usually those banks move pretty similarly every morning. But yeah, let's see. Keisha says that pop got me 175% on SJM. Wow, that pop today got you 175%. I mean, that's great, Keisha. Glad you're up 175%. But yeah, I would not have expected that. I mean, that was only like a 1% move on the stock. But hey, I guess it is a slower mover. So hey, great price action though. You can see the intraday movement was quite a bit. And then Keisha also says FedEx. Yeah, FedEx was insane there for a while. 6.4% now. Wow, it kept going. Yeah, it opened right around like 235, and we just kept exploding up here. Now that the market's open, maybe we'll get up to like 250 or something today, Keisha. That would be a very nice move, actually, if we could end up running up to something like that. That would be a big pop out of FedEx here, and I think it's about time FedEx went up, guys. I mean, this setup's been looking pretty bullish, and man, I wish I would have looked at some shares on this one, but yeah, it's honestly not been bad off that $200 support, and I feel like it's kind of due to come back, and this might be the start of that small comeback there. M says AbbVie, ABBV. Let's see them. Good old ABBV today. I like AbbVie. I just don't know in the shorter term what they're looking like here. It's not looking bad. They definitely broke out a little bit at market open. They broke above that 150 resistance right there. So I'll definitely look for a good move up through that today, M. But yeah, as far as it's going right now, it's kind of pulling back over the past couple minutes. That doesn't mean 150 won't hold up, though. I still think that could end up being a pretty good support. So keep that in the back of your mind. But yeah, you're definitely right. AbbVie is moving this morning. Let's see what kind of news we have here on CNBC. I saw Zendesk was going to be acquired. I wonder if you guys saw this early news. I guess early movement. I guess a lot of the movement came yesterday and after hours, but you can see they ran up to 94. Now they're all the way down to $75 or so. Definitely an insane move out of a stock like Zen. You would maybe expect a little bit more of a pop or something like that, but nothing crazy there. ExxonMobil CEO Darren Woods calls for a higher price on carbon. What does that mean? Like higher prices on carbon tax, or let's see. He would like the U.S. government to help incentivize some of the clean energy innovations his company is developing, like biofuels and direct air capture of carbon dioxide. I guess that makes sense. I mean, if the companies are trying to make the air better, I guess I could see why they would want that money. But yeah, it's definitely a strange thing here. Look at this. They have a special thing called ExxonMobil at the Crossroads, streaming now on Peacock and YouTube. I'll have this on YouTube, I think. Let's see. What's it called? Let's see. What is this called? Oh, ExxonMobil at the Crossroads. We'll have to see about that. But yeah, that seems like a pretty interesting documentary nonetheless. But let's see. 100 million worth of crypto has been stolen in another major hack. Oh, man. That does not sound good there. Not sound good at all. Kenya, good morning, Kenya. Glad to see you in here today. They're saying, where do you see Tesla today? So Tesla, that's going to be a pretty big one. Let's see. Tesla, I know that's a pretty big stock here. It's been around $700 a lot lately. Today, we're breaking out above 710, which I think is awesome. We talked about this one a lot in last night's video as well. And I think if Tesla can get up above 730, we could start to see a pretty good breakout here with Tesla. But I will say overall, it's had a very great morning in general, Kenya. I think personally, I could see Tesla continuing up today as long as this momentum keeps going. Obviously, I don't think it'll go up all day long, but yeah, as far as the movement so far today, I think we could easily, not easily, but fairly safely get up to 730 or even 740 maybe if we have some really good movement out of the market. But yeah, Tesla's having a pretty good day so far. It's up 2%, and it's kind of following the SPY up this morning. I don't know if you guys saw the SPY today, but at market open, that started blasting up too, all the way up to 382. And just Thursday, we were bouncing a lot around that 373, 374 support. And now we're just continuing this blast to the upside. So yeah, it's looking very hot here, guys. I think that whenever we're looking at stocks in general here, especially the SPY, I mean, the way that they're breaking out this morning is pretty important to see. Pretty good movement too. So overall, glad to see that. QQQ is also exploding up to 289. They're up only 1.6%, not as much as the SPY percentage-wise, but you can see on these intraday moves here on the 5-minute chart how exponential QQQ is starting to really break out there. And getting into some of the other stocks in the market today, I noticed Royal Caribbean cruise lines were actually coming back quite a bit. They're up 4.6%. You look on the 1-year daily, looks like they might have caught a bottom here momentarily. So hopefully that is the case for some of these travel stocks like Royal Caribbean, maybe even some of the airlines. I mean, they're even starting to pop up a little bit today. I will say, I think that these airlines are in a pretty good formation here if you like the risk with them. some of those options can be a little bit risky with the airlines, but I will say I like the way that these stocks are starting to hold up. And I feel like it could be a pretty good play back up, even on like the Jets ETF. I feel like that could be a pretty good move back to the upside here eventually. That's a pretty big support at $16. Now, that definitely doesn't mean that, these airlines can't keep falling, because they definitely can keep going down. So keep that in mind. I just feel like that, like if you look at like Delta Airlines, for example, I feel like they're getting pretty close to support. I noticed even Carnival Cruise Lines was up a lot today, with RCL being up. So we're definitely seeing that type of like explosive movement. Royal Caribbean, they reported earnings this morning. That's right. Guys, go check out RCL right here. They just reported earnings. RCL is going crazy with their earnings. That is insane. All the way now up to like above $10 a share. And yeah, they were like one of the only stocks reporting earnings today, I believe. Let me go look. Yeah, so Carnival Cruise Lines, Cruise Max, and Boss. But yeah, you can see here, CCL, definitely not too bad of a move there at all. J Deep says Zoom ripped up today, and E says AMD's trying. Yeah, I'm glad that Zoom ripped too. That's a big one, up above 120 there. Ran all the way up to 121.79, or almost, 121.80. So it's looking pretty hot, I think, on Zoom. Not my favorite setup in the world, but I will say it definitely has momentum this morning. When I look at the 1 year daily of Zoom, I think it looks even better. So yeah, definitely keep your eyes on this one. Keep in mind, Zoom is up quite a bit off of the low there. So we hit $80. Now Zoom is up to, oh shit, Zoom's actually up 50%, guys. I mean, I know that's hard to say, but over the past couple weeks, Zoom went up 50%, up to 121 where it is now. I didn't even realize it was that much, but nonetheless, I mean, it's breaking out above the 100 SMA. We're starting to get some pretty good setups, I think, on that daily chart. And with us breaking that 100 SMA the way we are, especially after confirming off of it, I think it's starting to look pretty hot. That doesn't mean it's going to keep going up next week, but I think it definitely looks good. And E also said AMD was trying. Let's see. AMD's trying. And then Raymond's putting a fist punching the Bears. Yeah, that's right, Raymond. That is right. The Bears got hit down today. That is for sure. There we go. AMD got that big breakout there at market open. I had my free day trade on this one. If AMD could break 83.60 there, I thought that would be a pretty good day trade. And yeah, once we broke 83.60 this morning, we had a pretty good pop to the upside. So I think you could have definitely traded that one in a nice way. But yeah, AMD is definitely trying today. I love that movement so far. And yeah, E, if you're in the Discord, check out that free day trading channel. That was my free day trade in there today. Iranical is asking thoughts for next week, though. That's a tougher question there, Iranical. So yeah, as far as a lot of the movement this week, obviously it's been great. SPY just keeps ripping up and it's been amazing. But as far as next week goes, I think we might have some issues. So SPY's getting up into some pretty big resistance levels now. Like there's a huge one up here around 390. There's another one around 385. So whenever I'm looking at the SPY here for next week, I think that there is potential to still go up here. Just my main thing is just be careful. There's a lot of big resistance levels. If we start to see like some big major stocks like Apple, for example, touch some resistance and start to sell back off, then we might need to trade the market back to the downside. But I don't think that that's going to be the case. There's a lot of renewed momentum, I think, in my opinion. Obviously, there's been a lot of, and this week, I mean, there's just been a lot of great movement. So I'm glad to see that the market is finally getting back to maybe some nice bullish price action. We've been stuck in a bearish market ever since the beginning of the year, and people have been forecasting this with rates going up, and Powell last year was saying everything was transitory, but yet we saw inflation continue to go up, and people are just looking at a lot of different indicators to the downside. But yeah, we're not out of the mud yet. I feel like the market still might, go down over the next couple months. We'll just have to see exactly how the price action plays out. But yeah, and I'm really glad though to see it coming back. And I would say for next week, Iranical, I personally think that we could maybe find next week some more green movement here. Like I think Apple coming up and retesting 150 is not a bad move, and that's another 10-point move. We had a nice 10-point move this week with 5 green candles on Apple. maybe we can have another nice 10-point move next week up to 150. So I think we could definitely see some more green next week. But like I said, month over month, I feel like we could still end up in the red. It's going to be a tough next few weeks. Obviously, they just raised rates at a rapid pace, so that also is playing a role. But yeah, next week I think I'm leaning to the upside, and hopefully growth keeps up. And 85 says Disney's finally moving back up. Yeah, I know, right? Like, it's been a long time since a lot of these stocks have been moving up, and glad to see Disney up to 97.30 now. Honestly, not bad, not bad at all. Having a pretty nice move there. Let's see Smith and Wesson. I'm kind of curious because yesterday they were having an amazing candle, and today I think it still looks great. Like, if I look on that 1 year daily chart and I look at Smith and Wesson and I see their candles right now, it is looking pretty good here. I think we could see some more upwards movement with Smith and Wesson, especially with that gun news coming out of New York yesterday. And if they pass some like gun control laws through Congress, then we might end up seeing people flock to the stores and obviously push these stocks even higher. So yeah, it's a tough one with Smith and Wesson. I will say I'm kind of torn on this. Like I'm trying to get some shares for the longer term, of course, and it's a tough one. It's like one of those gun stocks. Obviously, they don't always do the best, but maybe we can catch it at a good time. I think we might be able to at least. It's definitely going to be a one of those harder trades, though. I think, guys. You know, like Smith and Wesson is not going to be anything super easy or anything like that by any means, but probably going to be a nice like longer term play. It'll probably take a while to play out. Sean Cornish, hey, nice to see you in here, Sean. Thanks for joining up again. He says, DraftKings with a smiley face. That must mean some good price actions going on, Sean. And yes, it was. We're up to 1387 now, continuing up off of the bonus play from yesterday. We confirmed off of $13, and then this morning just started really breaking back out. So great to see that, Sean. I know I was talking a lot about DraftKings yesterday in that bonus setups channel, and man, it was really hovering at 13, which I love. That's a really big level there. E said, yup, saw the free daily play in Discord. Nice call out. Yeah, thank you, E. Had that call out on AMD this morning there in the free day trading channel. It was looking pretty hot. Keisha goes, yeah, Sean, where have you been? Yeah, Sean's usually in here. He's in and out, of course. He's a busy man in the morning, we'll say that. But yeah, that's funny. Carlos says thoughts on AI. Yeah, you know, I actually really like AI, Carlos, and I own some of AI actually. I think I picked up 100 shares of this one over the past couple months, and I've just been holding it here. Looks like we're back up to around $20 a share. I'd obviously like to see AI get back to somewhere like $30 or something. That would definitely be ideal, but I will say, like, these stocks have been having some pretty crazy moves over the past week. Yeah, I hope you guys are taking advantage of some of these huge upswings, because yeah, like some of this price action has seriously been very, very good. So it's a little bit tough, but yeah, it's been some really good price action. Yeah, SPY is still going today, though, guys. We're up to 383.61 here on the SPY. Let's see that 5-minute candle. Yeah, it's starting to really go. I mean, we've been talking about it all morning, but she just keeps popping. You know, it's like the momentum just keeps coming into the market here, and I guess it's just because stocks are starting to really come back up. You know, like we were beaten down for a long time, and we are really getting some good moves up here. Jay Deep's asking, what's the resistance on SPY? So while I'm on that, I guess I'll cover it up for you here. So the next major resistance I'm seeing, Jay Deep, is up around 385. Personally, I think 385 is going to be a huge level. I thought 380 was a big level, and since we broke above that yesterday, and since we've been holding above it, I think that the next major one's going to be 385. Then after that, 340, or I should say not 340, 390. After that, of course. 385, then 390, but 385 I think will be a pretty big one today. We'll have to see if we can get up to 385 or not. I think that with the momentum, we definitely can, J Deep. And you can see now, yep, there we go on that 1-minute candle. We are really starting to pop back up once again. So another big candle there on the SPY, and yeah, overall, just great day in general, guys. So smash that like button, of course, if you have not done so yet. It really helps out. And yeah, of course, yeah, smash that like button or don't, or don't do whatever you want, but it'll definitely help out if you did. Let's see. Keisha says Apple got a nice pop this morning. Let's see, AAPL. Oh, it did, yeah, up to 141.07. Definitely a pretty good move there. Pretty good. It started to consolidate a little bit now. The SPY kept going, but yeah, it's definitely funny. Let's see, BA. Wow, yeah, BA up to 3.9% today. Really flying up, guys. Really flying up with Boeing on that daily chart. I know Baba was looking hot this morning too, guys. Don't sleep on these China stocks. Like this setup with Baba, in my opinion, on that daily chart is so crucial, guys. I mean, it looks so good. Looks so good. I think wanted to grab, like I said, I wanted to grab a swing play on Baba yesterday, and I'm a little bit upset that I did not pull the trigger on that one. J Deep says, thanks, Tom. Meta, something with Meta. Now they redacted it. It's okay. Meta's really going, though, J Deep. I think they just meant to say Meta has some nice momentum here. And yes, it does. I mean, that thing is popping up to 5.5%. Yeah, no problem, J Deep. I saw your other message too soon. You weren't able to delete it quick enough, but that's funny. Yeah, Sean says, Sean's being merged effective July 1st. One more Zoom meeting and I'm walking out. There we go, Cornish. Yeah, you're right. Only one more Zoom meeting. So one more week for you, it looks like, before that merger is done. And yeah, good luck with that merger. Hopefully it goes smooth for the last week, Sean. And yeah, hopefully you get out of there all unscathed, Sean. Hopefully you're all good with that situation. Carlos says, wow, Airbnb's up 4%. Or he says ARNB. Maybe that's what it is, ARNB. No, I think he meant Airbnb. Yeah, Airbnb up 4%, right up to around $100 a share there. Vicky says, Tesla levels, Tom, please. Tesla for sure, Vicky. We'll have to eye up Tesla. So today, Tesla popped up above 720, which is nice. So that was my first support. So now 720, I think, will hold up, or my first resistance that we broke through. Now I think 720 will end up holding up as a decent support. I think there's another decent support down around 709 or 710 also. So keep that in mind as far as support, Vicky. As far as resistance today, I'm definitely seeing one up here around 730. That's definitely holding up today so far as a nice resistance. After that, obviously 740, that high of week, will be big. But yeah, I think 730 is going to be a pretty big one in the short term here, Vicky. If we could break 730, I think 740 could come fairly easily later on in the day. But yeah, I really like the setup with Tesla today, especially early on. It looked a lot better. Right now, it might be a little bit overextended intraday, but we've definitely seen Tesla have some 6% plus days, and I would not be surprised if that ended up happening. And J Deep did confirm Meta is still going unbelievably well here. Yeah, you're definitely right. 5.5%, like I said, up to 168. I mean, what a recovery today out of Meta. I'll take that. If you look on that daily chart, though, it still has a long way to go. So if you guys are still looking for shares, Meta is still extremely, extremely low, especially right now, of course. Hunter, thanks for joining up. He says, morning, Tommy Tenders. Yeah, thanks for joining up today, Hunter. Always glad to see you in here this morning. And yeah, hopefully stocks keep popping up like they are, Hunter. It's been a great morning so far. We have our favorites like DraftKings running up. Even like Asana, of course, and other stocks like that have just been flying up continuously this morning. Up above $21 a share. We have Palantir there. If Kraft's green, I'll be so happy, but oh, it's not. It's red. A little sad with that. Let's see, Intel today. Intel's popping up. I'll take that. Intel got down to 36.60. What was the low here on Intel? Yeah, 36.60. I was kind of eyeing up $35 or something like that. I'm still wondering if we can get into there or not, but yeah, it's pretty crazy with all these big moves today, Hunter. It's been a great morning so far, and yeah, I mean, I'll definitely take it. Carnival Cruise Lines has been going insane this morning with their earnings. I posted this in Discord, and man, they started really, really running up here. RCL, I mean, RCL is the one I meant, or CCL was the one I meant. CCL. CCL had earnings, but RCL is running in sympathy. Yeah, CCL's up a ton today, though, too, guys. RCL's up 9%. I mean, that is nuts. CCL, though, is really having the crazy move. I didn't mean to say RCL earlier in the Discord, but yeah, she is really popping up. I know that earnings was actually negative there. Yeah, the earnings, the EPS was negative, but let's go check out maybe how the overall movement went here. United Airlines pilots to get more than 14% raises, 8 weeks of maternity leave, in new contracts. Maybe that's another reason why these airlines are obviously flying up today. I'm sure that that is definitely something to do with just travel stocks in general. Obviously, that's not going to affect like cruise lines, but as we know, whenever cruise lines are up, airlines are usually up, and vice versa. Um, let's see though, if is there any articles here for good old CCL. I guess there isn't today on here. We'll have to go find it ourselves. We'll have to find it ourselves here. There we go. Carnival stocks jump. Carnival stock jumps as revenue, occupancy, and booking volumes improve. So I know that over the past few months, I know that airline bookings have been increasing steadily. So it's kind of good to see now that some of the cruise line bookings are also going up. That's definitely nice. They are expecting a net loss for the third quarter and for the full year, which compares with the FactSet consensus for net income of $599.6 million there. Let's see here. Cash from operations turned positive, but revenue came up short of expectations. The company said second quarter revenue increased by nearly 50% from its sequential first quarter. Well, keep in mind though that these obviously cruise lines, they do better in other quarters. Obviously during like winter months, they probably don't do as well as like, you know, spring or summer or stuff like that. So I'm not too surprised to see them up there, but yeah, not too much information in this article, but hey, it is good to see that they have increased booking and occupancy volumes. That's always good to see. And, you know, I'm sure that's probably another reason why they are flying up today. That looks not bad, actually. Iranical says UNH is falling. It's a good sign for growth stocks. Yeah, good old United Healthcare. I don't know why you said that this is a good sign for growth stocks, Iranical, but hey, I'll take it. You know, if I don't know, does the healthcare, does UNH somehow affect growth? I've never heard that personally. Maybe it does. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. But yeah, it's definitely falling back off today. Iranical. It looks like it hit that big $500 resistance, and yeah, it's starting to pull back to the downside there. So definitely not the best move out of UNH. You're definitely correct with that one for sure. Mike Chang says current bag holder in coin. Any suggestions? Should I just dump it? No, I don't think you should just dump it, especially not right now, Mike. I mean, whenever you say you're a bag holder, I don't know how much of a bag holder you're talking about here. If you're talking about a bag holder from like 150, you might be fine. If you're talking about a bag holder from like 300 or higher, you know, you might be in trouble. So I don't know where you're holding it from, but personally, I don't like Coinbase. It's not my favorite stock out there. But with it being this low, I think that you can definitely see some movement back to the upside. It might not happen right away, but I think that maybe over the next couple months, maybe you can see that. Now the main thing is like look at Bitcoin here. You know, Bitcoin is falling off a ton from the high, and it's going to start consolidating somewhere down here at the bottom. If it doesn't start consolidating here, maybe it'll start consolidating around 16K or 12K or 8K. But my main thing is like we've already exhausted a lot of the move down. I feel like selling right now would just be, you know, you're just selling right at the bottom. If you sell Coinbase and then you start picking up a lot of other stocks low, maybe that can be good. You know, you're just readjusting your portfolio then. That might be a little bit better. But if you're really content with Coinbase, just in my opinion, I would just hold it. Like I said though, it's not my favorite thing out there. I'm not into crypto a lot, Mike. So keep that in mind. I don't really own too much crypto or anything like that. I don't. It's not my favorite thing. I'm not saying I don't believe in it. I just don't. I don't like that it's not regulated and stuff like that. It's just not my forte. Sean Cornish says SOXL call chain sure has a lot of 3-digit percentages today. Let's go see what is SOXL here. Oh wow, SOXL is like a 3x bull ETF here. Let's see, Trust Daily. I don't even know what this one is, Sean. What does this one follow? But yeah, it's definitely having a nice 3x move to the upside there. I like watching SPXL personally. It's up 5%. I know SOXL was up a lot though too. Let's see, it's up 9.8%. SPXL is up 5.66%. But they're both moving up very, very well with the market going up today. So that's good to see. Glad to see that they're both moving up. And yeah, SPXL is also having a very nice breakout with that SPY. So SPY's still going, guys. What are we up to now? 385.45. Like, holy crap, guys. Smash that like button. Today is a great day in the market. I mean, what a week. What a week. This is one of the best weeks we've had in a long time, guys. I mean, this is a great recovery up. And yeah, just overall, great price action, great movement in general. And yeah, just I am loving this movement today. This is amazing price action in general regarding DraftKings. You know, we have a lot of stocks just moving around, and yeah, I mean, a lot of moves to the upside. It is a very nice week. So hopefully you guys, like I said, hopefully you guys are starting to take advantage of some of these plays. I mean, these plays are starting to be pretty crazy here. I mean, yeah, I mean, just sitting here looking at this, it's like, whoa. Whoa. That is definitely insane there. But yeah, that is a big pop up with DraftKings, guys. I mean, that is pretty huge there. 6.15% now to the upside. That is great. Let's go see Penn Gaming. I saw Penn was coming up too. That can be a big one. I know Penn has been really beaten down, guys. I mean, it's really, really low. This one up above 30 might be a pretty good play here if you guys looking for some good momentum. But yeah, today has been an amazing day. These growth plays are really going, like Roblox, for example. More momentum here, up 5.2%. Just continuing its, I guess, climb out of the depths of hell here. So yeah, great to see that. Let's see Boeing. I've been really waiting on Boeing here. Maybe they can start to form a good support down here at the low and start to come back up a little bit. Yeah, let's see it. Honestly, that's not a bad setup, guys. I mean, Boeing's down here. It's like about to break out of like a double top it had. I mean, this is not bad at all. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, honestly. Yeah, I mean, just being 100% honest here, not too bad of a move, really. Yeah, I don't mind that at all, really. I'll take it. I will take that one. Let's see, 4.8% there. Sean, I know you were asking about that options chain earlier. Let's see, SOXL. Yeah, 3x bull on the semiconductors. Okay, that makes sense there. Yeah, Vicky says consumer sentiment is in line. You saw that up there on the chart, didn't you, Vicky? That's funny. That is funny. Where was that here? Let me go back to Y charts really quick. Here, Vicky, I'll show you some good oh, this is not Y charts. Here we go. This will be good. Economic indicators here on Y charts. You go straight over to consumer sentiment, and you can see over the past year. Here's the chart. We'll go to interactive chart, and you can see how bad it looks. We're down 41% on the consumer sentiment over the past year. Definitely not good. E says data just came in. Should finish up for the day. Ironical says why everyone use she uh coincidence for stocks or something. Ironical. I don't know what I don't know what you're trying to say there, but I know what you're saying with she. Like for example, if I say like DraftKings like she started running or something like that. Like yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that is ironical. I guess it's just I don't know. I guess it's just kind of how my mind works. I have no idea. I see what you're saying though, because I'll always say something like that. Like people will be like she's running or buy her up. Like you'll never say buy him up. You always say buy her, like buy her up or buy her up real quick or whatever it is. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Can't tell you, ironical. That is a little bit it is kind of funny. I don't know. Maybe cuz I don't know. Maybe we want stocks to be good and women are generally nice. I have no idea. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Hunter put it perfect. It's because we love stocks and we love women. That's perfect. I think that says it right on the head there. That's hilarious. Mike Chang says I got coin around $250 though. Oh, yeah, that is a little bit high there, Mike. And I honestly though, Mike, I don't blame you for buying it so high up there. Honestly, it wasn't terrible. Like you see coin moving and like at the time after that IPO and it came down, like you can see I even have a lot of supports posted around 200 to 250. I don't think that was a bad buy. You just got caught unfortunately at a really bad time. It was very unfortunate at that time and if we would have had the dashboard up, if you would have had the dashboard here, you could have just went and simply searched up um Coinbase. You would have simply went to it. You would have noticed at the time its price to sales were insane. They do have a good net profit margins though, which is nice. But you would have obviously seen though, as you would have looked, a lot of their different numbers and stuff like that as we went here throughout the past few years, and it might have scared you a little bit more, buying when you saw some pretty crazy numbers. But yeah, nonetheless though, it was definitely a pretty crazy trade there, Mike. And yeah, that is a little bit high, like I said, with Coinbase 250, but I don't blame you for buying there, to be honest. Like I said, there was a lot of crazy hype with that IPO, and it really caused for some weird movement to end up happening there. Sean says SOXL. Oh yeah, that's right. SOXL is a 3x bull semiconductor. That's right. That's good to see because yeah, they actually did kind of bad yesterday. SOXL did on a day where the market did well. So I do see why now they were down yesterday, Sean. So yeah, that 3x bull semiconductor is definitely cool. George says Nvidia and AMD, and yeah, that actually does deal with SOXL, of course, George, which is interesting. But yeah, Nvidia is really popping 4.3%. Of course, we have AMD also popping up to around $86. Hunter says historically IPOs do very, very poorly early on after their first couple month run-ups. Yeah, exactly. I've noticed that too, Hunter. Even if we go back in time and we go look at like the Twitter IPO, like let's just go check out a few of these big IPOs that came out. Like Twitter, like Hunter said, they ran up for a couple months, blah blah blah. Then they started really tanking off. They went from like 70 down to 13. So Twitter was another one that had a bad IPO. Snapchat is another one. Very, very bad IPO here. IPO'd and then ran straight down to the downside pretty much. Uber is another fine example of a bad IPO. Ran down again. Yeah, that's just another example. Lyft was one of the worst IPOs I've ever seen coming down. Let's see, DraftKings IPO. Now, DraftKings did good with their IPO. I'll give them that. DraftKings did very, very well. Am I on a max weekly? Let's see. Yeah, max week. Okay. Thank God. For a second, I thought I was tripping or something. But yeah, there we go. Glad to see we're on that max weekly there. But yeah, you can see DraftKings is one of the ones that actually did do fairly well with their IPO. But yeah, like Hunter said, historically IPOs do not do very well. And honestly, over the past couple of years, I just refuse to buy any of these IPOs because I remember Hunter, try to correct me if I'm wrong here. I can't remember if it was Coinbase or which stock it was, but one of these recent stocks, they IPO'd like kind of like Coinbase, but there was a pre-IPO price of like $100 or $60 or something, and then the stock opened up at like 400 because of all of the crazy price action that happened in the morning, which is funny. George or Cyberclays says somebody called you Moose on Discord. Tom, did they? Do I gotta go in there and see what's going on here? What's happening in here? Johnny Yang says, Tom Moore, thanks for the AMD call out this morning. Where's Moose? Thanks, Tom Moose, again. I appreciate it. That has me really dying. Thanks, Tom Moose. Oh my gosh, this is so funny, guys, because, oh my gosh, there was actually if you guys watch hockey at all, the St. Louis Blues, they had a goalie like 4 or 5 years ago named Brian Elliott, and they all called him Moose. This is so funny, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this Moose. Yeah, but there was a Moose on his name was Brian Elliott on the St. Louis Blues, and they called him Moose. And that was so funny. Here, we're gonna look up Brian Elliott Moose. Brian Elliott Moose. Here he is. Yeah, his nickname was Moose. Let's see if there's any images of him with Moose. Yeah, see how he's got a moose on the back of his helmet. I don't know why they always called him Moose. It was so funny. I had no idea why they called him that, but you're gonna go down in history in the Discord for that one. That is hilarious. But wow, I can't get that out of my mind now. But yeah, nonetheless, SPY up to 387 while the Mooses are running wild. That is funny. Wow. Hunter says they'll do it well in the first months, but do poorly after the first 1 to 3 years. And he says, was it Snowflake? It probably was Snowflake. I can't remember the exact name on it, but yeah, wow. Snowflake went up to 429, and then wow, they are all the way down to 110 now. Yeah, that one was definitely rough. I'm not sure if it was that one or not, Hunter. I can't remember. I think it was Coinbase. I don't know what the pre-IPO price was, but it came in way higher, I remember. Sean Cornish says, yeah, 387 on the SPY. Wow, yeah, but look at that move with Snowflake. But yeah, SPY, let's check them out again. He set up to 387. Yeah, it did. It hit 387, coming down a little bit now. I'm curious what the high of day is going to be on SPY, guys, because we ended up blasting through a couple of key levels here. We blasted through 384, ran all the way up to 386, so that was a big, big level there. Anderson says, good morning, Tom. What's the deal with Snow and CrowdStrike this week? Yeah, Anderson, I think it's not even those specific stocks. Like there's no company specific news, I think, causing the uptrend. They're just having amazing moves. Like CrowdStrike's been a really popular stock over the past couple years. Same thing with Snowflake. And, we're getting some momentum coming back into the market and back into some of these growth stocks. And of course, those two stocks are some of the ones flying up. We're even seeing DraftKings explode this week. Zoom's been exploding this week. Enphase has been exploding. Like, we've just been seeing a lot of great moves in general this week, Anderson. So I think that whenever I'm looking at stocks in the market here moving up, like Snowflake or CrowdStrike or just any type of growth stock, I think we can just attribute it this week to a standard movement that's going on, because it just is like all growth stocks are pushing up together. Sean says SWBI is pushing $15. Let's go. Yeah, SWBI today, Smith & Wesson running back up again. Yeah, you're right. That is pushing 15 in a pretty good way. I will say it's moving right off that 1,000 SMA on the daily chart. I love that. I love the way it's kind of bottoming off down here around support. I think it's looking very, very strong there. But yeah, it is looking very hot here today. I'm starting to think that a lot of people are going to start picking up some longer term stock plays here down here, guys. And, I think that we're going to see that happen here pretty soon. But yeah, looking at the market today, I mean, great day in general, great week. And yeah, smash that like button, guys. It's been a great past couple weeks, especially on the live streams. We've been seeing some great price action. I know last week wasn't the best, but, we saw great price action come in. This week, we're seeing a great recovery up out of the markets. And we're seeing a recovery, of course, right after the Feds have a 75 basis point rate hike. Everyone's always like, oh man, rate hikes, we're screwed now. But it's actually okay for right now. Actually, it's I'm not going to say that's the reason why the market's up this week, but it's definitely helping that the Feds are going to start trying to help fight inflation and stuff like that. At this point, we need the rates to go up. Obviously, at first that was scary. Now it's a good thing. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. SWBI was popping. Let's see my watch list here. What else is running up? We still have RCL and CCL running up there. They are still having pretty good days here overall. Let's see that 5-day, 5-minute candle. Yeah, CCL's popping. We have RCL moving up in a big way too, up to around $40 or so. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. Nothing too insane here this morning. Hopefully we can break out above 40 with RCL, guys. That would make for some really good price action. It seems like 10% is a really good move with RCL, but you look on that 1-year daily and then you realize that, it needs to move back up to $50. And if it does that, that'll be like a 25% pop. So, nothing honestly too insane. Hopefully we can get that nice recovery we've been waiting for, though. I mean, man, we were at $98 earlier, or at the end of last year. Now we're sitting at lows of 34. That's a pretty big difference there, guys. SoFi is coming up too, 5.3%. There we go, breaking out in a big way. I'm honestly going to watch these growth stocks today, guys, because I've noticed a lot of them are moving in almost the exact same way. They all ran up, and now they're all consolidating off a little bit. Just go ahead and wait for some big moves. Like, if you just wait for that break of that high of day, it might come later on. Like, we have a lot of good momentum here, and we might run up later in the day. And if we break that high, I think it could make for a pretty good possible breakout trade. But obviously, we'll just have to see what happens with that price action. But yeah, I still think it looks decent today. Like, we could still possibly pop up later on. Obviously, though, we are starting to slow down a little bit, guys. We do have a few stocks down in the red. Of course, we have ChargePoint down, unfortunately, which is a little bit strange on a day where most of these big stocks are up. Run is moving down. Blink's in the red. A little bit strange, guys, to see those stocks down in the red on a day where all these other stocks are green. So, kind of strange. Especially when I have a lot of growth stocks here up over like 5%. So yeah, it's a little bit different. Today, though, I feel like we're seeing some of these like tech stocks up, like Meta, PayPal, Shopify, stocks like that are looking really hot. Yeah, like Shopify is looking great. Yeah, I mean, pretty good moves. I'll take those, guys. M says, thoughts on Oxy here this morning. Oxy, yeah, I saw Warren Buffett was buying that up. I saw he even increased his stake or something like that yesterday, or at least the report came out. Oh, yesterday or a couple days ago. Yeah, there we go. Oxy's still going. Yeah, Oxy's still going, up 4.42%. We're right up around that $59 resistance. So, M, I think that with Oxy here, it's starting to break out. If you could get a nice pop up above 59, I think we could start to see some really good breakouts here to the upside. Keisha says, but those stocks ran up when the market was red. Is that right? So Run and ChargePoint stuff, they were running up when the market was red. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, they were running up yesterday. It seemed like that a lot of those stocks were up yesterday whenever a lot of growth was up, which was good. They were, yeah, you're right. I mean, they've definitely been very mixed today compared to the overall market, Keisha. That is for sure. You can see how, for example, like a DraftKings has been up, like 4 or 5 straight up days, and we go look at like Run, it went up earlier in the week and then just consolidated. Now we finally had that move up yesterday, but yeah, it definitely is a little bit of different movement there, Keisha. And they also put in here GEF or Grief. Very interesting move with Grief, actually. 64.84 there today. Yeah, almost 2 straight huge up days out of GEF. That might not be a bad play, Keisha. They also said MDB. I don't know what this one is, to be honest, Keisha. I haven't really heard about this one too much. It's definitely a big stock, though. Big high prices. It looks like it's had some volatility, but if you might be picking it up low right now, kind of double bottomed on that 1000 SMA, which I always like to talk about that. Now, I've heard of OKTA. I've heard of this one quite a bit. It is double bottoming down here. What was that last earnings? Oh, okay. I thought it was -12. Good thing it wasn't. But yeah, it's kind of double bottoming down here around like $78 to $80. I kind of like OKTA's setup, Keisha. I think that one's probably my favorite out of all of those. I'm not too familiar with GEF or with MDB. I will say I've been hearing about GEF a little bit, but I don't know too much about their company specifics. Same thing with MDB. I will say OKTA, though, looks like it's starting to come up. I kind of like MDB's price action, though. I think that's interesting. Those are some interesting stocks there, Keisha. I will say interesting sectors there. Yeah, no problem, M. I appreciate the question, of course. Yeah, I've been liking Oxy, though, to be honest. I think it's been looking pretty hot today. I'm not saying that we're going to just keep shooting straight up or nothing, but yeah, today I think it's looked pretty hot, and we're almost up to like 59, like I said. Yeah, I think playing this breakout of this resistance could be good here, Em, and might be a pretty good entry like right now. It is up quite a bit today, though, so it's a bit of a tough buy right now. Maybe yesterday at like market close would have been a better entry, but it is what it is. You know, you can't always call the exact bottom on these stocks. Of course, it's very, very tough to do stuff like that, guys. It's almost impossible to get the exact bottom. So if you guys are trying to buy up some stocks down here low, don't be too worried. You know, just try to average in nice and slowly, and I think you'll end up getting pretty good. What the? Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade, ending 50 years of federal abortions rights. What is this? Oh, she's holding a baby. Okay, these are pro-life protesters, so yeah, I don't want to get into any of that here on the stream. Definitely don't want to be getting into that. I didn't know I didn't know what she was holding. I was honestly lost. I had no idea, but yeah, that is strange. I thought maybe we were going to see something kind of like we did yesterday with the gun laws or something like that, but yeah, we're not. Consumer sentiment survey followed by the Fed shows inflation expectations ease slightly. Huh, that's good. Yeah, we're seeing those expectations ease down a little bit. I know Vicky talked about this a little bit earlier in the chat, and now I see the article on CNBC. So, yeah, very interesting there. Kind of crazy, but yeah, I can't believe the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. I'll have to read into that later, guys. Like I said, I'm not getting into it on here, but definitely interesting. Toyota issues recall for its flagship electric SUV following concerns about wheels coming off. What? All BZ4X vehicles in North America, Europe, and Asia Pacific. Approximately 2,700 vehicles are involved in this. After low mileage use, all the hub bolts on the wheel of the subject vehicles can loosen to the point where the wheel can detach from the vehicle. I mean, are you kidding me? Like, you make a vehicle and you can't even get the wheels to stay on? Like, I mean, come on. Come on. We're talking about like a highly sophisticated electric car that, you know, probably has millions, if not billions of dollars of research and development put into it, and you can't get the wheels to stay on? Like, that's pretty insane. But yeah, I guess Toyota messed up with that. It says no one should drive these vehicles until the remedy is performed, and they don't know what the issue is for it. Yeah, I don't know. Toyota has been under pressure to up its EV game, so it will be very disappointed that a recall has been necessary on its first mass market electric cars. Yeah, I know Toyota has been under pressure, guys. Toyota's historically been pretty big for like V8s, you know, and like some bigger engines, like in the Highlander, you know, those big V6s. Then you got those big V8s in the Tundras. Now they're coming out with like hybrid V6 engines, I think, or something like or even a hybrid 4-cylinder in the truck. Can't remember exactly what it is, but there's some like some crazy hybrid engines coming out. Wait till you guys see this Mercedes hybrid AMG car. Wait till you see this. This is insane, guys. Yeah, so AMG or Mercedes is coming out with a hybrid engine for their AMG cars. And get this, it's going to be insane. So it's going to be a 4-liter V8 bi-turbo engine, and it's going to have electric motors that generate an output of 831 horsepower. I mean, that is a lot of horsepower, guys. I mean, obviously you can get more horsepower than that if you work your car, if you obviously pay like a lot for like some tuning, like with a Mustang or something like that. But it's really, really cool to see that they're doing this with these electric engines. And they say down here, like many other components, this is inspired by Formula One. One of the cool things, guys, with these electric engines coming out, and a lot of things that's cool with electric cars that people might not really get too much, like you can use them with these V8 engines, and it can be big for some of these quicker cars. Like, so you can have a car that, for example, is a V8, and it runs very, very, obviously it has a lot of horsepower, but whenever you try to go quickly in the beginning, obviously it's not the quickest thing. The V8 and a lot of that horsepower, more of is better like when you're already up to speed, going quicker. Once you're like already at like 100 miles per hour, for example, then those bigger engines start playing more of a role. So like if you combine electric engines and V8 engines, the electric engines will help you in the acceleration in the beginning, and then the regular motor will start to take over more. Or now this is the way in Formula One car works, guys, is kind of like how in like like racing, how they have like nitrous. People always do those NOS boosts, like where you'll like you see it on those movies Fast and Furious, where like they'll press the button and like blue flames will come out and it'll like make the car go faster. That's actually real, like that stuff works. It doesn't necessarily make blue flames, but it does work. You can use those electric batteries as like a bit of like a boost. Like whenever you want to boost, you can use that as like a nitrous or something. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool with the way those electric cars there work and run. And yeah, honestly, Ford stock today is doing quite well, breaking out in a pretty good way, up to 3.55% there. Looks like we have General Motors up 4.18% as well, up to around 34.50. Yeah, honestly, not looking bad. It looks pretty good. So, yeah, stocks are still holding up very well today. Of course, if you guys want me to check anything else out here, just let me know and I will check it out on the stream for you guys. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys joining up this morning, and of course joining up all week. Of course, I go live every single day at market open, so I'll be here. Tell your buddies about it if they're into stocks or anything like that too, and don't forget to join up next week. But yeah, it's been a great week here so far. I will say I almost didn't get to do the live stream today, guys. I woke up and my internet was down, but it ended up coming back on 15 minutes before I went live. So it almost scared me today, but we did end up coming back online, so it worked out. But it was pretty crazy how I was off there for a while. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, of course, for joining up. As always, have a good rest of your day. Have a great end of the week. And yeah, hopefully we can bring in some good profits with these stocks running. GM is continuing to go. SPY's starting to consolidate a little bit. Like DraftKings is up. So hopefully you guys are making those good tendies here today.